No doubt, nature gave many animals the chance to become terrifying and dangerous, but that same nature and the humans living in it drove those animals to extinction. And in today's video, we're going to tell you about those terrifying and most dangerous animals. This video is the part of our series, Most Dangerous Extinct Animals. You can see other parts in the playlist. Subscribe our channel and make sure to watch this video till the end. Number 7. Livotan. Viewers, you might think that in the history of this world, no animal in the ocean could challenge the Megalodon. But maybe you don't know that there was a time when Livotan used to rule the oceans. The size of Livotan was equivalent to 2 school buses, basically the same as a modern-day sperm whale. And in appearance, too, it looked very much like a sperm whale. But the jaws of sperm whales are very narrow, and their upper jaws don't even have teeth. Whereas, compared to Livotan, these creatures are considered far more dangerous because they had the largest biting teeth in the world. That's why Livotan was capable of tearing apart and eating even the deadly Megalodon shark. Now, you might be wondering, if Livotan was so dangerous, why isn't it as famous as the Megalodon? The reason is that Livotan was only discovered in 2008, and so far, only its skull has been found. In contrast, Megalodon was discovered way back in 1835, and its fossils keep turning up, which is why this terrifying sea monster Livotan is still very underrated. Number 6. Megalosceros. Friends, no doubt today's deer often become prey to many animals. Even though they are incredibly fast, almost every predator can hunt them quite easily. But if the species called Megalosceros from the Ice Age were alive today, no predator would even dare to come close to them. That's because Megalosceros was the largest deer species in the history of this world. Its size could easily fit inside a Toyota. In fact, these antlers were the largest among all deer species and were only found in male Megalosceros. Well, one purpose of these antlers was to attract female Megalosceros, and the other was to use them in fights with other males. These creatures lived during the coldest periods of the Ice Age and used to eat a massive amount of plants to maintain their huge size. But after the Ice Age, due to climate change, it became extremely difficult for them to find food. That's why they went extinct around 8,000 years ago. Number 5. Bear dogs. Viewers, you surely know how dangerous bears can be. And when dogs get angry, it's nearly impossible to defend yourself from them. Now imagine if there were a hybrid of a dog and a bear. What would it be like? Well, yes, around 50 million years ago, the terrifying and deadly creatures known as bear dogs existed in this world. Some species of bear dogs were many times larger than modern bears and had long legs like dogs. Even though bear dogs looked like a hybrid of bears and dogs, they were neither bears nor dogs. In fact, they belonged to a completely different animal family known as Amphicyonidae, which was part of the order Carnivoromorpha, the same order to which wolves and similar animals belong. Bear dogs are considered to be among the most successful predators in the world, and they held the title of apex predator for millions of years. But they went extinct before humans came into the world. One of the reasons for their extinction is believed to be competition with newly evolved animal species. Number 4. Dire wolf. Viewers, you must have seen wolves in many series and movies where they are often portrayed as very large. But did such wolves really exist? Yes, they did. In the Ice Age regions, a species called dire wolf was found, the largest and most dangerous species of wolf ever known. Their bite force was strong enough to crush the bones of any Ice Age animal. That's why their prey used to include woolly mammoths, giant beavers, and bison latifrons, which were all megafauna. Interestingly, dire wolves were only 25% bigger than the modern-day largest gray wolves. Recent studies have even shown that dire wolves weren't actually wolves at all. They belong to a completely separate group of canines, animals that resemble dogs, such as dogs, wolves, foxes, coyotes, and jackals. When Ice Age megafauna went extinct, the dire wolves also vanished due to the lack of food. However, the gray wolves that coexisted with them are still alive today. The reason is their diet, which was based on smaller animals, allowing them to survive. Number 3, used the Argentavis magnificens viewers. Although Quetzalcoatlus were indeed the most dangerous flying animals of the dinosaur era, after them, the most dangerous flying animal to exist was Argentavis magnificens, whose size used to be equal to that of a light aircraft. That's why Argentavis holds the record for the largest flying bird in the world. These birds existed around 10,000 years ago during the Ice Age. It is believed that they used to hunt the famous giant ground sloths of the Ice Age. Even hunting predatory animals like Smilodon was not a big deal for Argentavis. Humans used to coexist with these giant birds, and when Argentavis flew across the skies, they looked just like flying dinosaurs. But due to human hunting and the end of the Ice Age, many giant animals started going extinct. Because of the lack of food, Argentavis magnificens also became extinct. Number 2, Jacalopterus viewers. I'm sure you're familiar with scorpions. There are over 2,000 species of scorpions found across the world today, and some of them have venom strong enough to kill a human. But today's scorpions are nothing compared to what existed about 400 million years ago, a time when not even four-legged animals had evolved. During that era, in the ocean lived Jacalopterus, the largest arthropod ever discovered in the history of this planet. No species of scorpion in history has ever been as large. In fact, Jacalopterus used to be many times bigger than a human being. It was the apex predator of its ecosystem, and sometimes, in its hunger, it would even hunt and eat its own kind. However, Jacalopterus lived only in water, which is why it's also known as the sea scorpion. But when dangerous marine animals like Dunkleosteus started to evolve in the oceans, Jacalopterus and its related species evolved into smaller land animals. They essentially became modern-day scorpions, which still exist with us today. Number 1, Triceratops viewers. No doubt T-Rex is considered one of the most dangerous animals to have ever existed. But the real question is, was there any creature that could actually go up against a predator like T-Rex? Yes. Meet Triceratops, considered to be one of the most dangerous dinosaurs to have ever evolved. And here's the most surprising part. It was an herbivorous dinosaur. It's believed that Triceratops had the most effective defense mechanism of any animal to ever walk the earth. They had a unique frill bone around their neck, which made it nearly impossible for any dinosaur from their time to successfully hunt them. On top of that, they had 3 sharp horns on their face, which were powerful enough to pierce through and kill a T-Rex. Had we humans come face to face with a Triceratops, it would have torn us apart brutally. However, millions of years ago, in the asteroid impact that wiped out all dinosaurs, Triceratops also went extinct forever. We hope you liked this video. Please share your thoughts in comments and stay tuned for next thriving videos.